What are you? She asks. I tell her I'm a reporter. A dog chasing her tail, she says. What's a reporter without news? I'm not sure. We shouldn't talk anymore, she says. One of many confusing conversations here. My interlocutor can volunteer information. My information doesn't quite reach them. Rebellious streak in her. She should be chewing gum. It's to pound vegetation into pulp. Freshly made, drying in the breeze. Full of water, floating fibers. Freshly made, sun-dried. Why? Why? Strange scribbles. I don't recognize the language. Undecipherable. I don't recognize the language. Tracing symbols. The focus of a scholar whose eyes were trained on fine print. Her work. I can't tell if it's an alphabet. Mathematics? No, it's bigger than that, she stammers. What can she tell me about Phoenix Springs? She launches into and aborts multiple metaphors. It's hard to follow. Something about the taxonomy of chemicals. I realize she's talking about the name, not the place. I ask if the name sounds familiar. I can see I'm confusing her. Seems genuinely puzzled for a beat. I mention Leo. She exhales. History, she begins. The thing with people. The complexity of the answer overwhelms her, like she's failing to be exact with her wording. Wrestling with ungraspable concepts. Still, no clues about my brother. Already asked. I can see I'm confusing her. Jet black. Ground, charred tree bark. Why? Sturdy, ancient structure. The wooden guardrails have a glossy sheen, polished by 1,000 palms. I could look at it all day. I doubt he got involved with that. Picture of health. Lean limbs, clear skin. I'm stretching, he says. So I see. The secret is to extend past your standard range of motion. There is a binary between mind and body, chaos and cosmos, other and self, imaginary and real, matter and form, sacred and profane. He goes on. The man can talk, but not listen, apparently. Seems as ancient as the mountains themselves. Chaos and cosmos, other and self, imaginary and real, matter and form, sacred and profane. He goes on. The man can talk, but not listen, apparently. Deep in thoughts, unclothed, 2 fingers on his left wrist. He's monitoring his pulse. Health concerns? He presents his artery as evidence. I anticipate an anomaly in the data, he says. Stiffness in the hinges, fever to cook the mind. This heart never stutters. He sounds almost let down. The only unknown, he says, is your influence. Maybe I shouldn't be here. Correct, he says. None of us should be here. He asks to be left alone. Even healers need healing, he says. He asks to be left alone. Even healers need healing, he says. Not bathing as much as caressing the surface. How's the water? If you float long enough, she says, the body mistakes gravity for motion. Sounds risky. To incubate means to lie down, she says. You should try it. Reporter's hunch. Some of these folks aren't worth my time. It's entrancing. 4 grinding grain. finely ground, speckled with ashes. This one's for baking, full of ashes and charred crust. Clay pots, frothy liquids and powders. Both rock hard and breaking down. Flour and greyish paste. No. Could use a wipe, but no. Grotesque carvings, distorted features. I would need a good reason. Miniature versions of the cabin I'm standing in. They're identical, even in their defects. Wooden, rustic. Grotesque carvings, distorted features. Not in use. Doesn't lead anywhere, and I don't need it. They vary in shape and size, but not much. Why? I would need a good reason. Maybe. But for what purpose? Why? Why? No. Red-eyed, hands and face blackened by coal or ash. Is she okay? Can I help? I'm sorry, she says, like a child who disappointed her parents. What for? I don't remember, she sobs. Someone around here asked about Leo Dormer. Does she know him? It's possible, she says without much conviction. I don't feel great about pressing her, but this is crucial. It backfires. She breaks down. I'm going under soon, she says, and I can't remember my own name. I can't remember my craft. I can't even remember what I look like anymore. She's the best lead I have so far. I must jolt her memory. Is she safe here? Anyone to speak to? She shrugs. I have no idea. Any pointers? Initials? Nothing. What does she mean by craft? She answers with another question. Why did they have to make the words so ugly, she asks. I'm unsure what she means. They replaced my instructions, so I had to burn them, she explains. That's why I don't remember, she says. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. She told me she burned her instructions. That's why I don't remember, she says. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. I describe her features. Slender frame, shoulder-length hair. No, she protests. That's all wrong. Where did she burn them? Why? Why, she asks back. Why did they make the words so ugly? The topic confuses and upsets her. Goes nowhere. The topic confuses and upsets her. Goes nowhere. Okay, I should take it easy on her. Potpourri of dehydrated petals, fruit, bark, bleach, polished metal. It reminds me of a hospital room. Hand-stained timber. Hmm. Filled with viscous, blood-red paint. Smells of burnt wood. No, that doesn't seem right. Soot-stained hearth. No. If she did burn them in there, the evidence is gone. Doesn't tell me what she looks like. Handprints don't match. Makes me think this isn't her task. She's oblivious to it. Don't think it's anything to do with her. Crying within spitting distance. Don't think she's in charge of it. Relentless and precise. Can't tell if he's fixing or destroying it. I know you, he says. Used to read all your articles. Sounds more like scorn than flattery. Under his breath, he calls me a traitor. Did I hear him right? You either live your culture or destroy it, he says. There is no in-between. It's been hollowed out. Or hasn't been filled in yet. I don't feel particularly safe talking to him. Ancient furnace. Hasn't been fired in a long time. Could be. But I need proof. Why? Manual weaving machine. I don't know how. Pedal powered. Turns fibers into thread. Fireless. No. Weaver. Maybe. I'd need evidence. A seamstress. Maybe. I'd need evidence. Finding her instructions could help. Fine selection of garments, yet so few choose to wear them. A seamstress. If that's to do with her craft, finding her instructions could help. It's a stretch. I could look at it all day. What are you? She asks. Still a reporter. You're right, she says. People don't change. Not sure I agree. Look who's talking, she says. We shouldn't talk anymore, she says. Vacant stare. Just sitting there. Does he live here? No, he says. I'm trying to escape. I tell him the door isn't locked. That's why my plan will work, he says. My plan is patience. Right. Can I ask him questions? Wait long enough, he says, and the answers come to you. He doesn't speak again. Puzzling train of thought. Non sequiturs. Irrelevant answers. I notice a pattern. He doesn't speak again. He doesn't speak again. He doesn't speak again. One eye closed for perspective, gauging a big scale with big hands. Carved stone slabs, towering painted figures. I clear my throat. I will answer, he says, as if handing out gold. Can he reproduce someone's likeness? Nature takes substance and makes a horse, he explains. Melts it down for a tree or a person. I am nature, he says. Carbon dated to eons. I mention the instructions. Sculptors must see from all sides, he says. Like time, we remove more than we add. Very close to talking about himself in the third person. How do I tell what someone is supposed to do? Prompts him to gush about himself. His art, his process. Says he birthed every rock here. The dust calls him by name. I ask about my brother. He says my question betrays weakness. Taps his temples. Presents strong hands. Don't need anything else, he says. Sun-sized ego. Every topic sucked into his orbit. That will do. The work, he says, will be unrivaled. An art form that doesn't have a name yet. Good luck to him. He doesn't speak again. The girl. She needs help remembering things. I'm trying to, she says, pointing at her work. I want to sympathize or at least understand, but I fail to see how she's helping. Language is a material, she says. Yet we build with clay that's as brittle as boiled bones. Pinches the bridge of her nose in frustration. Or is it bird bones? She's lost me. It's hard to convey, she admits. She claims she's helping. I don't understand how, and I'm not convinced. Where could I find written instructions? Her ears prick up at the mention. If you do find them, bring them over, she says. I must check all writing for consistency. won't find them there. Imaginary and real, sacred and profane, chaos and cosmos, other and self, matter and form. He goes on. The man can talk, but not listen, apparently. Chaos and cosmos, other and self, imaginary and matter and form, sacred and profane. He goes on. The man can talk, but not listen, apparently. More a bush than a tree. Its berries have a briny, fishy aroma. Don't know if they're edible. Some kind of plums. The emanating smell is rich, wholesome, like toasted grain. I don't bite into unknown fruit. Head-sized, tough, shelled fruit. The ripest ones smell zesty and sweet. Monk-like. I sense impatience, though. He asks, why is it so hard to get a straight answer these days? It's all disjointed here. I tell him I've just arrived. I can't trust anyone, he says, moping. Those trees by the river, they weren't there yesterday. The grass is disgusting, he says. I'll have the servants remove it. I used to tell my sister to tuck the cables under the desk. Keep the ugly buried. All that plumbing, all that machinery. He repeats that he can't trust anyone. Thought they were apples at first, but there's a smoky, acrid fragrance, like an old train station or forest fire. Pointy, orchid-like. Strong smell I can only describe as medical. Cleaning fluid or disinfectant. To solve what problem? Eccentric posture. Stroking petals as if coaxing an alley cat. Her patience only extends to the flowers. She shushes me with full force. They won't blossom before the moon, she says. Poppy-shaped, yellow. Rancid smell, like a smoker's lips or fingertips. Plain roses with a woody smell, like a mixture of sawdust and tree sap. Bright red, but with a green smell. Herbaceous, mint or dill. Cyan beauties, but the stench, like sour sweat. Her again. What are you? She asks. What about her? What is she? She scans the trees. Me, I'm secret police. We shouldn't talk anymore, she says. The rocking of an addict outside the clinic. I don't recognize the melody she's humming. I ask if she's okay. She shoos me away. You're making me forget the tune, she says. You're making me forget the tune, she says. Elder Giant. Disheveled, begging for attention. In the city, he'd be feeding pigeons. He inquires first. What happens when you place a mirror in front of another mirror? I don't know. Some kind of infinity. You have two mirrors, he says. The thought tickles him. He giggles. Don't know why I expected wisdom. Maybe it's the tree. I could look at it all day. Filled with rotting fruit, stacked head high, pyramid-like. That won't help me guess her name. I don't see how that helps. I would need a good reason. Hollow, ominous, buzzes gently. The tree has been set alight. Repeatedly, it seems. But no instructions. Leaning like he's lost his balance. I know that stance. I was a real butcher, he laments. A proper rat, apex creature. He burps and retches. I'd gut your office, he says. I'd strip the premises. Even sniffed out a font that saved money on ink. Another sock puppet spewing out nonsense. Fresh ashes. I run my hand through paper-thin cinders. There is also paper in there. Erdnach. Step 1, illegible. But that must be the instructions. enjoying the fumes a bit too much. Various stages of rot. Strong fermented smell. No, I need to decode the word somehow. Catching the light, lizard-like. I signal to her. She can't hear me. Couldn't outlast the elements. No. He asks to be left alone. Even healers need healing, he says. I mentioned the word. Erdnak, she repeats, relishing the clacking consonant. Erd, she explains, was meant to sound harsh. In that context, it meant cooked or baked. Nak, she continues, was a shape. Rectangular, to be precise. So, a baked rectangle, that would make sense, she smiles. Full of water, floating fibers. For grinding grain. would be right for baking, but it's empty except for crumbled bricks. Although, rectangular, baked. Is that what I'm after? Bricks. I should check with the girl. Does she know how to bake bricks? 77% mud, she recites. 19 sand. 4% straw. A glint of recognition. Gratitude, even. I bake bricks, she affirms. I build bridges that break. Mason is the name I was given here. That is my craft. She's beginning to remember. I can't. Ancient furnace. Hasn't been fired in a long time. I approach with caution. She senses my presence. I was promised so much, she says, but it doesn't print. What else does she know about herself? 77% mud, she recites. 19 sand. 4% straw. Broken record. How do I help her? I just want to remember who I was, she says, before I go under. What does she make of the ruins? I was promised so much, she says, forlorn. To build with my bare hands. The memory is painful. We drop the subject. I wonder out loud if she remembers Leo now. She stares into the distance. Silence. Her memories haven't been unlocked yet. Enjoying the fumes a bit too much. What are you? She asks. I play along. Why is the secret police here then? My superior was so boastful, she says, bragging about her 50 years of experience. With all due respect, I told her, sounds to me like you've had 1 year of experience 50 times. I bet she didn't like that. We shouldn't talk anymore, she says. We shouldn't talk anymore, she says. He giggles. He giggles. I've seen the past with my own eyes. Okay. He giggles. He inquires first. Like the game of chess, I have pieces and a checkerboard. What am I? I don't know. Checkers. He giggles. I don't get what's so funny. Anonymous figure, clutching scrolls or blueprints of some kind. A headless builder brandishing a trowel. The plinth has been defaced. What remains are 3 letters, S-O-N. I recognize a vial. The rest fell apart. Sanitary clothing, surgical mask, skull cap. The eyes are remarkably lifelike. Another vandalized inscription. I can make out the last 3 letters, E-O-N. Muscular kneeling man. Untitled artwork. This one's a lonely limb. No markings on the plinth. More tree than man. Nothing weighs on his mind. I talk and he appears to listen. Never utters a sound, but my words do get through to him. Does he know her? He shrugs. Who knows or even cares? I thought of these people as neighbors. They're isolated planets whose paths don't overlap. I mention her. His fingers dip in the sand. Elegant, clean strokes. Childish scribbles. Is he mocking me? No, he seems dead serious about it. What does he make of this place? He wipes his art clean. A new sketch. 5 concentric circles. Does he recognize the name Leodorma? A new sketch. Is that my photograph? I bring it up once more. Doesn't spark anything in him. I know he can speak. He simply chooses not to. Is that my photograph? Wrong person. Wrong person. Wrong person. Wrong person. Monk-like, but very much displeased. He gives me people's names. It sounds like a command. Sarah. Sam. I infer they're gone. Maybe it's not just me who's asking about a lost one. I liked Sarah, he says. Now she's wandering the desert, singing the name of everything she passes. I watched her cross the threshold of the barracks, he says. She was cocky, wearing her favorite boots. I saw her as a baby still. He repeats that he can't trust anyone. He repeats that he can't trust anyone. Other and self. Matter and sacred. Imaginary and real. Chaos and cosmos. He goes, the man can, but not. Chaos and other and imagine, matter and sacred. He goes on, the man can talk, but not listen, apparently. He doesn't speak again. He doesn't speak again. No. Maybe hers, but that won't help her. She looks nothing like it. Carved stone slabs, towering painted figures. Did she carve it? No, that doesn't seem right. I don't think they're real people. Doesn't say anything about her. An 8-month-old sleeps 80% of the time, he claims. A 30-year-old sleeps 30% of the time. It stands to reason that the number would reach 0. I don't think that adds up. It always feels bigger the first time, he says. That's why it's so big in my mind. The words ring final. He asks to be left alone. Even healers need healing, he says. The words ring final. lost, like she walked into the wrong room. Let me guess, she's the baker. A student fainted in my class, she answers, except it's not answering anything. He didn't have breakfast. I asked why. He said it's healthy to be hungry sometimes. Maybe not the baker then. I must resist the urge to teach, she says. I must enter their reality. It plays out better when I play along. I must resist the urge to teach, she says. Nothing useful. I must resist the urge. Nothing useful. Finely ground, speckled with ashes. Why? Don't think she had anything to do with it. That doesn't say anything about her. That doesn't say anything about her. Don't think she had anything to do with it. Don't think she had anything to do with it. Why? I don't feel particularly safe talking to him. Yes, that'd be her main tool. Don't think she had anything to do with it. No. I don't know how. Flooded dwellings. Unknown decaying structures. Did she work on them? The sight appears to pain her. I don't think I'll mention it. Can't reach them. I don't need to ask a second time. She has forgotten what she looks like. I'm trying to jolt her memory. The girl claims it's her name. I'm trying to jolt her memory. Why didn't my brother want me to come here? This place holds answers. couldn't outlast the elements. Maybe. But for what purpose? I would need a good reason. Snakehead machine. Clinical imaging device. Repurposed to produce sounds. I don't know how. Majestic, pensive. Observes the rippling mountains in the distance. Remember the tower, she asks. 50 pods per floor, she says. Maximum occupancy. The fire escape was a monstrous spiral staircase. But then what? She's lost in her reverie. Won't say anything else. These people. I don't know. Can't help being unhelpful. Selection of percussion musical devices. headless builder brandishing a trowel, another vandalized inscription. What remains are 3 letters, S-O-N. Doesn't feel like her, and yet the letters match her name. The trowel makes sense. Is that the same person? Let's see if it awakens anything in the girl. Does she know who the builder represents? Something S-O-N. She repeats the 3 letters. Eyes dart from side to side as an answer rises in her. Mason, she finally says. Mason is the name I was given here. It's as if she's stuck. Already asked. Her answer is inconclusive. Already asked. I don't feel particularly safe talking to him. Does he know what the statue used to look like? He answers with a portrait. Is that the same person? Now his finger rises towards a white moon. The light changes. One of those night skies more solid than the earth itself. He's done here. I should bring the girl to it. I never get to show her the portrait. The ritual begins. A mechanical march. I know exactly where it leads. The heart of the oasis. It's all there, the smells and bells of worship, with none of the fervor. The congregation goes through the motions. I find myself neutered, toothless. Spectator of a sequence 100 times witnessed. In the face of violence, my mind wanders. The acoustics in the sanctum must be wired for sound. The gaze anesthetic brings the eyes. The water has an oily quality. It rises and smells faintly of roses. Washes my doubts away, dulling edges, until only the sharpest shape remains. Leodorma, my little brother. This is the night I find him, after so many years apart. He is expecting me. An old man on his last breath. The night I learn everything about him. He says he can't recognize his face. Nothing happens. It's all pre-programmed. It's vague, imprecise. Like I'm supposed to be lost. Persistent, glistening with sweat. Really taking it out on the electronics. Knock hard on something hard, he says. I should be building buckets, not fixing everybody's mess. How do I find Phoenix Springs? Already there, he says, not missing a beat. Has he heard the name? We aren't supposed to do names, he says. I'm not sure what that means, but I pinpoint what repels me, not the pent-up violence or disdain. He's a stickler. Thanks for nothing. I am no guide, he hisses. I am no tarot card. I have dignity and needs. Can't tell if it's sabotage or repairs. I can't. I can't. Did someone carve them? I can't climb them. Absurd shapes. That won't answer back. Did someone carve them? Did someone carve them? No. The formation reminds me of digits. 1, 0, 1. explain what happened to him. The formation 101. That doesn't explain what happened to him. Something about this specific formation. It's a gate, a portal. A tunnel that sucks me in. This is how I make it to the Oasis. Green crater in the heart of the desert. Its gravity. It pulls me. Picture of health. Lean limbs, clear skin. I'm stretching, he says. So I see. Wake up and think. Empty myself. Do my sums. Eat. So you see? It's mind, body, like alternating current. Some say it's one, but the binaries won't meet. He goes on. The man can talk. But not listen, apparently. Seems as ancient as the mountains themselves. She tears pieces of paper off. Chews them. Spits and pounds them. She signals that her mouth is full. She signals that her mouth is full. Nothing usable there. No. Why? Does he live here? He says he comes from a house where every door was locked. It was a family motto. Did you lock the door? Mother in the office. Did you lock the door? Father in the driveway. Did you lock the door? At least here, there's nothing to close. He doesn't speak again. He doesn't speak again. He doesn't speak again. Is he okay? I'm finished, he sobs. I'm no king. Everything I touch turns to feces. I let him wallow in his misery. I'm finished, he sobs. I'm no king. I let him wallow in his misery. Filled with paint. Primary colors extracted from liquefied fruit. Carved stone slabs. The artwork has been wrecked, as if redacted with streaks of paint. Seems as ancient as the mountains themselves. Someone gather the ripest ones. Topless and perched. She's pruning. Any thoughts about the place? I planted every blade of grass here, she says, and it still confuses me. Does she know my brother? I was taught some grass is bad, she says, and some is beautiful. It seemed so arbitrary. All plants are miracles to me. She pauses, pinches and plucks a leaf. Grass becomes a weed, she says, when it takes more than it gives. It sounds vaguely threatening. I hid a tracker on my lover, he says, to follow her path on the map. It was pathetic. Not so much the sleeping around, but the tiny circles traced in town. Drool runs down his chin. He's beaming. I ignore him. Floating on grass, buoyed by the earth. cross-legged, entranced. Cables dance above her head. She bows. Any requests? I have questions. A question is a request, she says. Does the place inspire her? It sounds like a bomb or eruption. Then liquid. I don't know how else to describe it. I mention him. She summons a melody. It's unstructured, as if scrolling through radio stations. I can't locate him, she confesses. She thanks me. What for? It's a privilege, she says, to spend time in there. Does she mean the music? Helmet? Head? Anonymous figure, clutching scrolls or blueprints of some kind. Five concentric circles. White fingerprints stained the glass panel, medium-sized hands. Flower. No gaps, buttons, or switches. It must lead underground. But how? Catching the light, lizard-like. That doesn't need to hear my voice. Maybe. But for what purpose? Her standing there makes me uneasy. My superior was so boastful, she says. bragging about her 50 years of experience. With all due respect, I told her, sounds to me like you've had 1 year of experience 50 times. I bet she didn't like that. We shouldn't talk anymore, she says. Just toiling away. Hard at work. You know me, she says. I bring him up. She says it's lovely how I ask questions. Curiosity's in short supply these days. Everyone is so full, she whines, constantly pouring out. Doesn't answer me, though. What can she tell me about the place? It takes her a moment to reminisce, like she's travelled far and left something behind. I used to enjoy the dances, she says. She knows more than she lets on. What else? Look at us now, she says with a grimace. Tedious, sexless. As redundant as my breasts. It's a good thing, she says. I'm nobody's ancestor. I ask again. It's delightful how you fill in the gaps, she says. We used to be so clever, so creative. Don't think she'll answer me. She's consumed by how things used to be. What else? I'm a man of science, she says. I miss the impulse, the experiments. Waistbands once reached my scalp. Can you believe that? What else? She says, all the drivel about forging ourselves, becoming pure thought. It all went downhill when we smashed the mirrors. What else? Everything changes so fast, she says. 1 minute I'm celebrated. The next I'm chastised. I say minute, even though it's forbidden. No two limbs are the same length. Forgive me if I still rely on units of measure. What else? I could talk about it forever, she says, but I don't indulge. It attracts the vagueness. I know what wounds me. It's been the secret to my longevity. I think she's done. Don't think she'll answer me. I let her get on with her project. The material changes, she says, but the purpose is continuous. No. Fireless. Fine selection of garments, yet so few choose to wear them. Manual weaving machine. I don't know how. It's used for storage. Ancient furnace. Hasn't been fired in a long time. Makes the place what it is. He considers each pot on the shelf. Hesitates. Repeats. Rise, rise, rise. I think I hear him mumble. Let me guess. He's the baker. That's not a guess, he says. The bread won't shape itself. Can't argue with that. I ask how long he's been there. Is that such a crime, he asks. To change my mind? Not to my knowledge. I picture it so clearly, he says. The path to the sea. From A to B to C. At every turn, against my will, I can't help but curve left. I gather he tried to leave. Couldn't make it. I gather he tried to leave. Couldn't make it. I ask about my brother. His eyes roll at the mention. Wherever I stand, he says, no matter what I do, there's forever a curious one asking about a lost one. I press him. I've come to accept, he says, that it might be better to forget. You keep asking me that, he says. Do I? Regardless, I don't think he knows. Deep in thoughts, unclothed. 2 fingers on his left wrist. He's monitoring his pulse. Health concerns? He presents his artery as evidence. I haven't dreamed in years, he says, but I still remember my first heartbreak. A cracked rib cage ripped out of my chest. Is that romance or surgery? I was taught dreams are a byproduct of sleep, he says. Now I know it's the reverse. He asks to be left alone. Even healers need healing, he says. He asks to be left alone. Even healers need healing, he says. Seems as ancient as the mountains themselves. You think you're better than me, he asks. That's a question with no right answer. Remove the office clock, he says. See how often you catch yourself staring at an empty wall.
doesn't exactly inspire confidence.
No. We shouldn't talk anymore, she says. I noticed flour on the lift. He whispers, "Is that where I left my memory?" I think he let it slip. An admission he's been under. I offer to fetch his memory for him. But what is it? No point, he says, if I don't even remember what it is. I ask questions, casting a wide net. I've come to accept, he says, that it might be better to forget. He's reluctant to remember. I must jolt his memory. You keep asking me that, he says. Do I? Regardless, I don't think he knows. Forgetfulness. Repetition. Complex internal logic that solves very little. It's frustrating, but I feel compelled to help him. He inquires first. How do you access what's left below? This I would like to know. Submit yourself to the Silent One, he says. I've seen the past with my own eyes. Is that a clue? He says the Silent One has answers. Can't tell if he's deflecting or toying with me. He says the Silent One can't tell if he... He says the Silent One has answers. Can't tell if he's Drool runs down his chin. He's beaming. I ignore him. I noticed some of the harvest is rotting. Human hubris, she says. That's what fruit is designed to do. What does she know about the Silent One? I bloom the flowers, she says. It doesn't make me complicit. How do I reach the lower levels? She says the roots down there are a riot, twice as wide and spread out as the canopy. So has she been below? Not in forever, she says. Who is the Silent One? I was told they can help. You keep asking me that, he says. Do I? Regardless, I don't think he knows. How is that a clue? The ideal machine, he says, goes unnoticed. Seamless engineering, invisible gears. No period pain. No freshers. No pins and needles. The man can talk, but not listen. She signals that her mouth is full. He doesn't speak again. He doesn't speak again. He doesn't speak again. I'm finished, he sobs. I'm no king. I'm finished, he sobs. I let him wallow. Who is it? The one thing I can't summon is silence, she says. It's not what I meant. Either way, it doesn't help. Anything about the depths? The sound takes a somber turn. I don't have a theme, she admits. Either way, that won't open the lift. How do I help Baker remember something? A cluster of notes becomes a phrase. A ballad. Is this Baker's? I seem to recall, she nods. She's already recalling his ballad. The musician played me a melody. Might help Baker with his memory. I hum it to myself. Baker's little tune. I remember how it goes now. I hum the song once more. I can't forget it now. Remember to remember, she says, pretty much to herself. Remember to remember, she says. His melody. I hear it. I hum it. We used to play it on the beach, he says. That's the memory I've left below. Peculiar creature. But I think he knows the way down. Does he remember now? I remember now, he says. Unnumbered sublevels. I notice leaks, unplugged cables. This is legacy technology. Layers built upon layers. Automation without aim. Baker fidgets, gets on my nerves. Can you smell it, he asks. It reeks of the end. Discarded like empty bullet casings. Discarded like... Haunted, planted on the spot. Scanning the photograph he picked up from the ground. Is that his memory? A photograph? I shouldn't be here, he panics. Why would Mason choose this? I'm leaving for the sea. Off he goes again. Forever indecisive. Bouncing between locations. But the name, Mason, dormant inside of me. I've heard it before. A connection to Leo. Name not found. Why would my brother be up there? Name not found. It wants me to enter a name. May have the power to help people remember. I wonder if this is their realm. Mason. Machinery whirs. A body is flushed out of ancient plumbing. Mutilated between states. Droning static, the private made public. Can we speak? Not like this. These dots are not connecting. Conversation would be one-sided. Already here. Name not found. Why would my brother be... Not sure how that's a lead. Won't show anything without the resonance of two bodies. No reason to believe they're linked. Won't show anything without the resonance of two bodies. Discarded like empty bullet casings. Discarded like empty bullet casings. I don't think I can. It's unoccupied. It's unoccupied. Not ready to leave yet. Not ready to... Coils dig into my temples. It's working. The water amplifies. I am the antenna. We tune into each other's thoughts. There is a shape in there. A trace of Leo. It's noisy, imprecise. I might need to reawaken other memories first. Let's try the person, Mason. The image is fragmented at first. Thoughts congeal. I see it. A faint trace of personhood. We focus on our location. It triggers a strong response. I catch a flurry of linked ideas. A worksite. A flood. An architect. The sequence ends abruptly, as if halted. Why is the worksite significant? What happens there? It's unclear. The memory is foreboding. Who is the architect? Hard to determine. I feel like we both know. I sense great tenderness. The vision ends. Leo. We both know the name. The memory is not quite there yet. About the flood. It's a dead end. Who is the silent one? The images aren't clear. As if their memory's somewhere. Not willing to be born yet. I see it. A faint trace of personhood. The memory is not quite there yet. Who is the architect? I sense great tenderness. The vision ends. Why is the worksite significant? What happens there? The memory is foreboding. Two souls crammed into one skull. It's indecent. It wants me to enter a name. Anybody else up there? already present. It's unpleasant in there, inhospitable. Like a great wall surrounds a vortex, the wall screams for me to crash against it. A memory of Mason. I think I catch a glimpse. It's too zoomed in. I can't sense the perspective or geometry. I visualize a worksite. The thought pierces through, unearths buried sediments, accreted over time. It calls for a name, but whose? I focus. It's like another memory traps the light. Too much gravity and mass. Can we remember? No, it's not working. Only wants to be consumed by one thought. We see it now. It's too much. The vision trips something. But I extracted it. The missing piece, source of the torment. Mason's accident. It wants me to enter a name. It wants me to enter a name. I bring Mason back out. Looks like we're back to the original loop. The self erased and reframed. The accident. It doesn't prompt anything. Must be missing parts of the story. Why is the worksite significant? What happens there? No recollection yet. Who is the architect? No recollection yet. This isn't remembering as much as archaeology. I must keep digging. We rebuild the memory from the ground up. It starts with a person, Mason. I see it. A faint trace of personhood. This place. We see the location clearly. Always triggers the same ideas. A worksite. A flood. An architect. Why is the worksite significant? What happens there? The memory is foreboding. About the flood. It's a dead end. Who is the architect? I sense. The vision ends. The accident. Shouldn't be survived. Life hangs by a thread, and yet the thread is respun. It is rebirth. The procedure. All these people around Mason. Our lives become entangled. That's why I'm in the room, covering it for the newspaper. surgeon, ambition beyond belief. Name and face excised for a reason. A strange mirror. Memories of me that aren't my own. Is that all they see? Is that all I am? We focus on the person, but nothing is clear. Do we know who it is? Vagueness. We're very close to memories of Leo. I think I broke something. It wants me to enter a name. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, but I am here. This is me. The name is not found, luckily. That person cannot be found. Just a child, blurry-eyed. I hardly get a signal. It's shapeless and slippery. Nothing to grab onto. Does he remember? Just noise. Can we remember? It's a mess in there. Does it mean anything to him? I'm not getting anything. I try. Can't get through. Does he know who it is? There's the outline of a thought. A pregnancy. A child. It feels illicit. Any memories? He doesn't know me. How do I know him? Does he remember? Just noise. Can we remember? It's a mess in there. Does it mean anything to him? I'm not getting anything. The procedure. Images flash. They're bleached, faded. That sequence again. A pregnancy. A child. It feels illicit. Does he know where he is? Nothing. Any memories of my brother? Nothing. It wants me to enter a name. No luck. It wants me to enter a name. It wants me to enter a name. Looks like we're back to the original loop. The self erased and reframed. Mason. I see it. A faint trace of personhood. Let's remember the oasis. We see the location clearly. Always triggers the same ideas. A worksite. A flood. An architect. Why is the worksite significant? What happens there? The memory is foreboding. About the flood. It's a dead end. Who is the architect? I sense great tenderness. The vision ends. The procedure. No recollection yet. I must keep digging. The accident. The memory is painful. The procedure. Our lives become entangled. That's why I'm in the room, covering it for the newspaper. The surgeon, ambition beyond belief. Name and face excised for a reason. A strange mirror. Memories of me that aren't my own. Is that all they see? Is that all I am? Who is it? We can't unlock the memory. Who is it? Can't unlock the memory. We focus on the person, but nothing is clear. The procedure. Our lives become entangled. Do we know who it is? Vagueness. Who is it? We can't unlock the memory. We remember now. Something happens to me here. I become broken. An engine that only produces one question. But it is me. The reason his name lives on. I ask about Leo endlessly. I may not see the full picture. But I know exactly where to find it. My little brother, I'm so close. How long have we been doing this? Years, decades, millennia. I should have left when I still had the chance. Our documented history. It's nice someone kept copies. The reason his name lives on. How long have we been doing this? Saved trinkets, heirlooms, valuables. Mostly photos. Looking for what? Maybe later. He asks if I feel better. Heard sobbing in the cabin. I'm fine, I tell him. I used to call it rainwater, he says. It would cheer up my granddaughter. A little rainwater never hurt anyone. I study the strangely lucid person next to me. Realize I've no idea who or what they are. And that, for a brief moment, it's the lucidity that matters. Rivers, tears, the sea, he says. It's all the same stuff anyway. Water's a closed system. Sometimes revealed. Sometimes hidden away.